Did you know that there are over 500 golf outings in the U.S. every year? The average event has 72 players and raises a net $5,000. How do you compare? You ever wondered how you compare to the rest of the country? Do you want to be average or do you want to take your event to the next level? Well, hello, everyone. This is Phil Immordino with another VTAA webinar. For over 30 years, we've had the opportunity to work with thousands of tournament planners around the country. And we have one simple mission, and that is to help you produce the best golf tournament possible. So we're here to share with you some ideas that we've learned from others around the country. And our topic today is the 10 top ways to take your event to the next level. Now, I know you probably all have done an event or thinking about doing an event, know the basics, but I can tell you one thing. We all want to fill our field with golfers. We all want to raise more money, and we all want to create a memorable event where golfers keep coming back and talk about our event year after year. So that's what we're going to discuss, how to take your event to the next level. Our webinar today, we're going to get into a couple things. One, the business plan. What does that look like? How do we create one? Two, what is your committee's role in this process of producing a golf tournament? The golf course, how can we get them more involved? Formats, we're going to take a look at a couple of different formats, maybe ones that you haven't really realized or thought about before. We're going to talk about games and contests, not in specific, but overall in general. We're going to talk about marketing promotion, how to sell bigger sponsors, get more golfers, the awards ceremony, and then how to evaluate what we did and how do we do better the next year. So stick with me, get ready to take lots of notes, invite some other people. Now this call will be recorded, so you can share it with others, or if you have to leave early, we'll send you the link. And just FYI, or if you're a beginner and you're just getting started, don't panic. We have an actual detailed video on every one of these topics. So if these topics are a little bit more advanced, maybe you want to take a look at our YouTube channel called the Golf Tournament Channel, and I can send you the link on that. But we have a detailed video on every single topic that we're going to cover today. So don't panic if we don't go into depth today. But feel free to ask some questions. Please, let me know in the chat what you're thinking. If not, feel free to email me afterwards, and then we can cover some of those questions later on. So thanks for joining us. I know your time is valuable, so we're not going to waste it. We're going to get right into it. So step number one, how do you take your event to the next level? Well, I think it starts with a business plan. You need to take a look at your event as a serious business. I just know a lot of charities, a lot of nonprofits, and they don't look at this golf tournament. They just look at it as another fundraising event, and that's good. But I think we need to take it to the next level by looking at it as you would a business, a serious business, and make it more professional. And how do we do that? Well, one, we create a business plan, a detailed business plan that covers everything you need to know, and so that everyone's on the same page. We're going to, in that business plan should be the objectives, the goals, the committee responsibilities, the budget, the timeline, schedule of events, the golf course, sponsor packages, golfer packages, and so much more. Now, if you don't have a business plan or outline for your golf tournament, let me know, and we could definitely email that to you. But email me and I can send that off to you. But we need to take this to the next level by treating it like a professional business and to have specific detailed responsibilities, high expectations, detailed specific goals on every aspect, how much money, what our budget is, and so forth. So take a look at it, and I will send you a business plan for a tournament if that's what you'd like. So that's step number one. Treat it like a business. Now, the next way to take it to the next level is your committee. Your committee is very, very important. And if you're a staff person on a nonprofit or even a business, remember that our events are successful because of volunteers, the volunteer committee. If you spend all your time working on this event, then it takes away from the time you could be doing other things. But ideally, volunteers should run these golf tournaments. And if you're a staff person working on the event, you might as well just deduct your salary from the bottom line, because you're taking away from everything else that you could be doing. But ideally, volunteers, in fact, the most major events in the world are run by volunteers. The Phoenix Open is a prime example. It's right here in our backyard, and it's run completely by a group of volunteers. So I know your event's not the Phoenix Open yet, but at the same time, you could get there. So think about seriously having a good qualified volunteer committee. They're the secret to your success. I think the size should be 9 to 12 people, ideally to cover all the aspects and responsibilities. They need to be motivated. So many volunteers don't get involved for the right motives. So make sure that your team is really motivated to serve, to get involved, be responsible for, and reach their goals for what they're supposed to do. We need to train those volunteers properly, make sure they have all the guidelines. And again, remember, we do a full webinar just on volunteers and how to train them and how to motivate them, but they need to be inspired. They need to have ownership in your event, which means they need a different job title, which we've covered all the different job titles in the past. They need incentives. They need a reason to reach those super goals. Maybe it's a gift certificate. Maybe it's a plaque, but something that says, thank you, and you've accomplished your goal. And then very importantly, we need to hold them accountable. Volunteers are busy. They've got stuff on their other plate with other jobs and family and friends. So we need to hold them accountable. And remember, they signed up for this. So don't feel guilty of holding them accountable for what they've already offered to do. Now, this next idea is a bonus idea. I've seen this done very successfully with some of the major charity events, and that is partnering with a company, partnering with an organization. Now, what does that look like? Well, I'll give you an example of a Publix supermarket and the United Way partnered up. United Way was the nonprofit. Publix was the supermarket and the main company. But Publix brought a lot to the table. They brought major vendors and suppliers as sponsors. They brought employees as volunteers. And they also brought customers as participants. So think about partnering with a company. It could be a major company that has customers, has vendors, has employees, but ideally a company really gets behind you. Now, they don't need the money, you need the money, so they will definitely let you keep the profits, but they want to be involved. They want to get back serving the community. So think about partnering with an organization that's willing to get behind what you're trying to do. All right, the next step in taking your event to the next level is the golf course. You know, if you think about it, we all think our event is the most important thing, but and the charity is the most important thing, but really think about the first question that golfers ask when you tell them you're going to put on a golf tournament. Where is it being played? The golf course is most important in planning a golf tournament because it creates the value. It needs to be exciting. Golfers are looking for something different. They're looking for something exciting. They don't want your everyday run-of-the-mill golf course. So the bigger events, they choose some very nice golf courses. It's very simple. They choose private country clubs. If you can get a private country club on a Monday or Tuesday, this is special because golfers don't ideally get to play that golf course. Maybe a high-end resort. But something special, something that the golfers don't normally get to play. That's what you want to offer your golfers, not your average run-of-the-mill golf course that they played on 100 times. And they need value. They need a good deal. They want to look at your registration fee and say, wow, this is a really great value. And it starts with that golf course. So how do you get a good deal with the golf course? Well, you first of all, look at the timing. You should do it during not prime season, but maybe in the shoulder season. Maybe the weather's not perfect, but you're going to get a better deal because of that. You look at a Monday through Thursday in the afternoon. The golf course will typically offer you a better price in the afternoon. And then you may want to think about doing a buyout. You know, the golf course will let you buy out the golf course. They need X amount of money for the afternoon or the morning, and they'll sell you the whole golf course. And this is very important when you feel like you can fill your field because you're going to get a better value, better price per golfer if you buy the golf course out. But you want to find a golf course that's going to get involved with you. Don't let them be lame and just say, here's our golf course and, what do you want for lunch? But get the golf course involved. They can do a lot of things for you. They can host your committee meetings. They can give you planning tools. They should offer you golfer registration, which comes with your package there. They should offer you some additional gifts and prizes. A golf course has access to a lot of free stuff, whether it's a certificate or balls or tees or whatever, but they should be offering you some prizes. And then they should promote you. Ideally, that golf course should promote your event. Remember, they have a database of thousands of golfers. So in your negotiations with the golf course, make sure that you're getting the best price. Sit down with them, negotiate a good deal. Ideally, maybe buying out the golf course. See what they do for you. See if they offer you planning tools and free committee meetings and lunch and gifts and prizes and maybe registration. But make sure that they promote you, get them involved. And that's the better golf course to work with, because golf course really needs to step up. That's your biggest bill. That's the most money you're going to spend, so they need to earn that money that you're going to spend with them. Next step in taking your event to the next level is to analyze your format. We all typically mostly do a shotgun scramble, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of wore out. I mean, everyone does a shotgun scramble, and we all plan them, and most of us serious golfers don't even like them. But you need to take a serious look at the format. What can you do to take your event to the next level? And there's several ways to make your event unique and different and take it to the next level. One is to consider thinking about doing a pro-am or a celebrity-am. These events are great. A pro-am is where you put a golf pro in each foursome. Celebrity-am is where you put a celebrity in each foursome. And there's a lot of local celebrities, local golf pro, local retired athletes that you can pull from. And you can double, triple, sometimes quadruple your registration fee by bringing in a pro or bringing in a celebrity. So think about considering changing your format to one of these that not only gets you more money, gets you more exposure and a lot more contacts. Another way to think about taking it to the next level is a golf-thon. If money is your goal and all you want to do is raise a bunch of money, then you really need to be thinking about a golf-a-thon or a golf marathon. These events average 50,000 net, ideally 100,000. It's a simple concept. It's where you get 40 golfers who raise pledges per hole and play 100 holes of golf in one day. You buy up a golf course, it's your course, no one else is on it but you, and it's a great way to make a lot of money. I did this with the Boy Scouts in Las Vegas. They only had 18 golfers, and they netted $56,000. So think about maybe a golf-a-thon or a golf marathon if money is your goal, but that's another way to take it to the next level. The other way you take your event to the next level is games and contests. We typically have your long drive and you're close to the pin, and there's nothing wrong with those. But I want you to rethink those games and contests and turn them into money-making games, games that make money. The long drive, the close to the pin can all be turned into money makers. There's so many fun new things out there, the cannon gun and the drone drop, and we have a whole list of them. Pay the pro, beat the pro. In fact, we have a book with over 400 games and contests that you can choose from. And the golf course can help you with those. And there's a lot of special companies that do that, will come in and help you raise money. They're on our website, so go to our website when you get a chance. But the bottom line is, if we keep doing the same old close to pin long drive, we're not going to make a lot of money. But if you can get some money-making games and contests, you'll make a lot more money. Now, one of the key things to doing that is having trained volunteers that really are motivated, excited, and know how to sell. Because if you get boring, quiet, shy volunteers, they're not going to promote it. They're not going to sell it. So you need trained, motivated salespeople on your volunteer team. The other thing to think about is packaging. Instead of trying to nickel and dime your golfers on every hole and ask for $5 here, $10 here, and sell them over here, think about packaging. We call them super tickets, where you create a package. It's going to include everything. Maybe it includes some mulligans and some raffles and long drive and putting contests, and package it all and sell it for $50.
but sell it in advance, sell it online, sell it with the package, or bump up your registration fees and just include it in the package. An extra $50 a person that goes a long way to your bottom line, and it's pretty much profit. So think about packaging, bundling, selling online, selling in advance, these super tickets that put it all together and gets their credit card one time, and you sell all this stuff. So games and contests, something to rethink. The other really major thing I want you to think about is marketing and promotions. I don't think tournaments really market and promote themselves properly, especially with their event, because, well, first of all, you need to remember what is the purpose of marketing and promotion. Marketing and promotion is not necessarily to get golfers, because golfers are going to come through relationships. Sponsors are going to come through relationships. But what it does is it makes your event look bigger. It makes your organization more credible. And it gives your big sponsors some reassurance that you know what you're doing. And it gives them additional exposure. And then it gives your golfers just a good feeling, hey, I'm part of something big. So rethink your golf tournament marketing strategy. Again, we do a whole webinar on the details of this, but turn it into a marketing campaign. This is not a one-day event. We look at these golf tournaments as a one-day event, but if you strategize, you can turn it into a 3-month marketing campaign. And this is very important, especially for sponsors. But you start promoting it 2 months before, and then you promote the results 1 month after. So it becomes a marketing campaign, not a one-day event. And ideally, the way you take it to the next level is you partner with a media outlet. There's so many media outlets out there that love to partner with nonprofits, and they will really get involved. They'll get involved selling sponsors. They'll get involved promoting. They'll get involved with celebrities, bringing people out. The partnering with a media takes your event to the new level. Maybe that's a local radio station. Maybe that's a local newspaper or a TV station, but it happens all the time. Now, keep in mind, they just don't partner with anybody. They want either one, something very unique and very special that gives them access to the community, or two, there's got to be some relationship there. Maybe the CEO, the president of this media outlet has a passion for your organization or your nonprofit. So search those relationships and partner with a media, partner with a trade association or a trade magazine, or even a major online company. But that is powerful. We worked recently with a TV station and radio station in Philadelphia, and they literally stepped up and sold sponsorship for us, as well as got some golfers and brought in golfers. They used their online personalities as the MC for the event. So goes a long way. And then finally, take a look at their social media. Social media is just a great way to really expand your promotion without a lot of expense. So bring your committee together and analyze what social media platforms are you using. Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it LinkedIn? Maybe Instagram, Twitter, whatever. They're all involved. So if you got 10 people involved in 2 or 3 social medias and they're all promoting your event and your organization, you never know. This thing could spread across the country. I heard a story of an individual in California saw an event in Michigan, and it just touched them. They hit their heartstrings, and they just wrote them a check for $25,000. So you never know who's reaching through your social media. So get your community together and really capitalize. Have a kind of a uniform campaign that's sent out regularly, and make it fun, make it newsworthy. Not just, hey, sign up for our tournament or sponsor our tournament. That gets boring. But make it fun, and you tell a unique story about maybe your organization or who has been helped through your organization. But very important to capitalize on social media, and there's strategies on how to do that. And in fact, we're going to be doing a webinar soon just focusing on social media. Now, this next one is the biggest one. This is how the big organizations make the big money. So if you've got a good event and you want to take it to the next level, it's all about sponsors, because we preach that sponsors are the profit. The bigger your sponsors, the more money you're going to make. It's simple. But most tournaments do not look at sponsors properly. Folks out there are teaching you the wrong stuff about what a sponsorship really is. Remember, this is not a one-day event. If all you're doing is asking for 20 grand for a one-day event to reach 72 golfers, it's not justified. But if you approach a company and tell them it's a 3-month campaign and you're reaching thousands of people through your marketing, social media, and the media, then they're going to give you $20,000 or $25,000 or whatever to be that title sponsor. That's how you get the big money. Turn your event to a marketing campaign, because your sponsors, as nice as they are, as community minded as they are, I'm telling you, they want one thing, and that's more business. It's just common sense. Businesses want more business. They want a return on investment. So they want to know, who are your demographics? Who are you promoting your event to? Who are you reaching? How can they get more customers? If you bring them more customers, they will spend money with you, and they'll come back year after year. But you must offer them a return on investment. So keep them happy. Listen, signage is great, but a whole sign is not big money. When people buy a whole sign, that's a $50, $100, $200 donation. That's all it is. But a true sponsorship package is one that offers that sponsor some marketing, some customers, reaching out demographic that they're looking for. Now, again, we do a full hour on just selling sponsors, so go to the YouTube channel when you get a chance. So bottom line is, gang, sponsors are your profit, and to make big money, you've got to take a look at that very seriously. All right, the next big way to get your event to the next level is with golfers. I hear over and over again, our golfers don't pay us very much. Well, the bottom line is, gang, golfers have money. It's a higher demographics, and golfers will pay you more if you give them more. It's that simple. And remember, don't take this wrong, but they don't need your charity to give you money. But to get them to play in your golf tournament, you got to give them something special. They can just write your charity a check if they don't like your golf tournament. So you've got to give them something special, and I promise you, they'll pay you more if you give them more. So you've got to create a package that makes them feel like they're getting something worthwhile. Don't overprice your registration fees in the name of the charity. They won't sign up. But give them value. How do you create value for your golfers? Well, one, we talked about it, starts with your golf course. You got to give them a great golf course. Two, you got to give them great food and beverage, not another burnt hot dog. Three, you got to give them a great goodie bag, a nice, well worth it goodie bag. Buy those gifts and prizes. And we show you how to get them paid for, but in another video, but you need a great goodie bag to get them excited and feel like they've got value. And then what you want to do is create a networking event. Creating a networking event that people get excited because they're going to meet new customers and new clients, and they feel like when they come to your event, not only are they getting a great fun event, but they're meeting new customers. That's how they pay the big money. So your golfers are key. Now, you want to sell out your tournament? It's simple. Why settle for 72? It takes the same amount of time to plan a golf tournament with 72 golfers as it is 144. So you want to sell out? Simple. Create a great, fun event with value. Get 9 people on your committee, recruiting 4 people who bring in a foursome. The 9-4-4 rule. It's all based on relationships, but you need a great event. 9-4-4, 9 people getting 4 teams. It's that simple. So you can sell out next year guaranteed if you've got a good event. All right, the next way to take your event to the next level is your awards ceremony. Most of the time, all we want to do is give out the stupid trophies and go home. Grab a burger and go. But listen, you're missing the boat. The awards ceremony is a tremendous opportunity to make a ton more money. You could double your money just with the award ceremony. And this is how you do it. One, you turn it into a party. You make the awards ceremony fun and worth staying for. Golfers will get a second wind if it's worth staying for. You bring entertainment. You invite other people. There's people that don't play golf, that didn't participate, but maybe they want to come to a party. Sell additional tickets to your party, and they'll come, and especially if it's fun with entertainment, and have a great time. You'll have more people there for your auction, more people there for buying raffle tickets, just more networking, more exposure for your sponsors. It's all around perfect. But here's the key. The more people you get there at this awards ceremony, you absolutely must have an appeal for more money. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel bad because you already got them to play in your golf tournament. Listen, you're simply giving them an opportunity to give you additional funds to an organization that's serving the community. You never know who's in the audience. You never know who loves what you're doing. And a powerful appeal is simply saying, listen, this is what we're doing with the money. This is our need, and we need your help. And if you feel led, if you feel driven, we love your contribution. So just give them that opportunity. And I've seen checks written for $50,000, $100,000 at the award ceremony, based on the appeal. So the award ceremony helps you take this to the next level. And then the last step before I give you my little bonus idea is evaluation. Okay, so many of us, we're so wore out after the golf tournament, we don't even want to evaluate what we did. But we forget about it. We're done with the event. We don't even think about it for another 6 to 8 months. But what I want to encourage you to think about is evaluating your event in depth right after the event. Have a committee meeting a week or two right after the golf tournament back at the golf course. Do a survey in the meantime, finding out what the golfers liked and what they didn't like. And then the golf course will host a lunch because they want your business back next year. And have your community together and sit there and analyze every aspect of the golf tournament. Now, we have a total, complete tournament evaluation form. So if you need that, let me know. But bottom line is you need to know what you did right, what you did wrong, and what you can improve on next year. So take the time to seriously evaluate in depth how your event went and what you can improve on next year. So I'm going to give you a bonus idea here in a second before I wrap up. But let me just real quick, for those of you who do not know, maybe you're new to the GTA, the first time you've been on one of our webinars, I just want to tell you real quick who we are. And we're simply the association that serves the industry. Our whole mission is to help organizations produce better golf tournaments. And we do that in a variety of ways. We have newsletters. We have obviously our website with tons of articles. We have a lot of planning tools, how to plan a golf tournament, how to do a night golf tournament, how to do a golf-a-thon, a golf marathon. We have all the tools that you would ever need, and most of them are free. But I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, the Golf Tournament channel, because we've got a video in depth on every topic that you want. The new book I was telling you about, The Complete Guide to Games and Contests. We have over 400 games and contests, and it's really, forgive me, formats and ways to make money with your golf tournament. And then I want to tell you about our certification program. We have a certification program that helps you get certified. There's the little logo right there, and will help you become a certified golf tournament planner. It's in depth on everything we're talking about and so much more. So I want to encourage you to think about that certification program, because it tells people that you know what you're doing. It tells people that you're certified as a golf tournament planner and that you know what you're doing and can produce the best tournament possible. So let us know if any of those things appeal to you and how we can help you. Let me give you my little bonus idea. And that's simply the words follow up. Follow up with everybody. The sad part about golf tournaments is that we let the people go. We let the sponsors go home. We let the golfers go home. Sometimes we say thank you, but we really don't even show them our appreciation. But I want to encourage you to think about something. Stay in touch with your golfers and your sponsors all year round. Consider creating a newsletter that goes out monthly that just talks about, your activities, your golf tournament, how much money was raised, where did the money go, who are you helping, what causes are you working on, and just talk about, some of the positive things of your organization. But the key here is communicating once a month. Stay in front of your people, because out of sight, out of mind. And if they forget about who you are and what you're doing, they're going to forget about your golf tournament. But give them an opportunity of signing up in the golf tournament early, and sponsors to stay involved all year round, and keep them involved in bottom line what you're doing. So that being said, hey, I appreciate you being here. Let me just wrap up by saying this, gang. Hey, golf tournaments can be average. There's nothing wrong with average. But I just have a feeling beyond this call, because you don't want to be average. So if you want to take it to the next level, then seriously have a business plan. Treat it like a serious business. Work very closely with the golf course. Make sure that they're helping you. Think big. set some big expectations, some big money goals, work with a qualified, trained, motivated committee. You know, you get bigger sponsors by offering them more return on investments, turn your award ceremony into a party, evaluate what you're doing in depth, and then follow up. Be with your people all year round. Try this stuff. I guarantee you it works. This is how the big events do it. Hey, we're here to serve you. Anything you need from us, let us know. Give us a call, send an email. We're here to serve the golf tournament industry, and we look forward to work with you in the future. So have a great weekend, and good luck with your event. We'll be in touch.